Okay, good morning class. So at this point we had difference of two squares homework. They had to do the second column, correct? Right, and there was two sums that we haven't completed from the first column. Okay, so let's start here. So firstly, this coming out of the answer series book, as I indicated. If you want extra resources to prepare well for the exam, you can buy the answer series. What's the square root of x minus 2 whole square? X minus 2. So in other words, the square root of 4 is 2. Is there a minus between them? Yes. So that means to say it's a difference of 2 squares can be applied. So square root of x minus 2 squared, x minus 2, x minus 2. 1 plus 1 minus. So what's the square root of 4? 2 and 2. So can you see there's like terms inside this bracket? Yes. So that will cancel. So it will leave you with x. Do I have to put it in a bracket?
So do you times it?
No, you don't need to leave it. Why? Because why? It's one term. We never put one term in a bracket. Okay. What's your question?
Do you times it?
Afterwards. No. Remember when you factorize, the idea for factorization, you might bring it down to one term. It will contain brackets only. If the question says simplify, you must get rid of the brackets. You understand?
Yes.
So yeah, that's like terms here. So it's x minus. You will understand that? Yes. Right. Let's look at the next one. What's the square root of m squared? M. What's the square root of m plus 1 whole squared? M plus 1. Is there a minus between it? Yes. So we can apply the difference of two squares again. Okay? So it's going to be m and m. N plus and minus. Then m plus 1. M plus 1. You all agree with that?
Yes.
There's a mistake there. What's the mistake? There'll be a bracket. Why must there be a bracket here? More than one term following a negative sign. You see that, people? So here we must multiply the negative in now. So you're going to get m plus m is 2m plus 1 times, it's going to be m minus 1. Is there like terms in the bracket? Yes. Which is? Minus m and m. So that will cancel, not so? Leave you with negative 1. Do we ever write the one term inside the bracket? So we write it forward now. So here you're going to have 2m plus 1 times negative 1. Remember that now goes in front there. So it's negative 1 into 2m plus 1. Yes. Sorry? Sorry?
So I don't understand why you
Why is there a bracket here in black? The reason for that is there's more than one term. Whenever you have more than one term following a negative sign, you must put a bracket in there. Because that negative is applicable to everything that's following it. Everything there. That negative is applicable to. That's why it must be in a bracket. I could have put a bracket here, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have any place value. Or it doesn't matter. Because a positive 1, you multiply that in, it's not going to make any difference. You will put a bracket or not. You understand? However, if there's a negative, you must have a bracket. Okay? Any other confusion here? So let's do the second column. So let's do this together. Let's just call out the answers. And I can write it down. Right, first answer 4x plus y, 4x. The next one 5x plus 4y, 5x minus 4. The next one 8p minus plus 3q, 8p minus 3q. If you had put the minus first, it's no problem. The same thing. But if this is a minus, then that must now, of course, be a plus. The next one is going to be 4mn. 4mn plus 5 minus 5. Next one. We have to first take out 2 as a common factor. Not so. So it's going to be 2 into m squared minus 9. And then difference of 2 squares. So it's 2 into m plus 3, m minus 3. You all okay with that? The next one, what is common there? 2 x squared. What are we left with? 25x squared minus 1. Which is 2x squared, difference of 2 squared. So it's going to give you 5x plus 1, 5x. Next one, what is common here? 13. I'm left with x squared minus 9. No? Which is going to be 13 into x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay. Any confusion here? The next one? What is common here? 4. But what did we say? Common factor overrides all type of factorization. So you have to take out first the common factor of 4. Then I'm left with 25x squared minus 16y squared. Okay? Which now gives us that the difference of 2 squares is applicable there. Can be applied. So it's 5x plus 4y, 5x minus 4. But I know some of you went straight into the difference of 2 squares because they're both is perfect squares. So let's look at that approach. Okay? If I had gone straight into difference of 2 squares then I'm left with 10x minus or plus 8y. 10x minus 8. What's common there? 2. So it's 5x plus 4y times 2, it's common there. 5x plus 4y. Or 5x minus 1. 2 times 2 is 4 into 5x plus 4y times 5x minus 4. Okay, that's another way of doing it, but as you can see, it's the extra step involved. Okay? The next one, difference of 2 squares is going to be a squared plus b squared, a squared minus b squared. But also note at this point that a squared minus b squared can be taken further, not so. So that's going to give you a squared plus b squared, a plus b, a minus b. Why can't I take that there? No, it's a plus between it, okay? Yeah? Yeah, the sums were 3 marks. So 1, 2, 3. So you only want 1 out of 3. Is 1 out of 3 enough for you? Okay. If you feel people, if 1 out of 3 for the sum is enough, then you stop. There's no problem. Makes my marking easier. Makes me sad for your marks, but makes it easier for me to mark. Let's do the next one. It's going to be 6 mn. What are we left with? M to the exponent 4 n squared minus 4. What can be done inside the bracket now? Difference of 2 squares again, not so. So it's going to be 6 mn into m squared n minus 2 or plus 2 m squared n minus 2. Okay? Anyway, next one. x4 plus 9 x4 minus 9. However, difference of 2 squares again. Not so? x4 plus 9, x squared plus 3, x squared minus 3. Can I take it again? No, the 3 is not a perfect square. The next one, I need to find LCM first. What's your LCM here? Oh, what's common? Sorry, what's common? I can take out 2x. Okay? I would have taken out a half. I'll show you how that looks. If I take 2x out, I'm left 2x. I'm left with x squared over 4 minus 4. Sorry? X, no. Remember that we got, she's asking, isn't it x squared over 1? If I write this on its own, there's a 1 in front, so it's 1 over 2x cubed. Did you see? That is why when I take out 2, then I'm left with a quarter. So 2 times a quarter is half. I would have taken out a half here. That would have been better for us. So it's a half x that is common. Take out a half x, then I'm left with x squared minus half times what is 8? 16. And then a difference of 2 squares. So it's a half x, x plus 4, x minus 4. Okay. The next one, I can apply the difference of 2 squares as it is. Right. Girlfriend at the back. Just look here. So you can learn. What's the square root of 16x squared? 16x. So it'll be 4x squared plus square root of 1. It's 1. What's the square root of 18 and 1? 9. You see square root of 1 is 1? Square root of 81 is 9. Y squared. So it's going to be 4x squared minus 1 over 9y squared. You see that's going to remain the same. So it's going to be 4x squared plus 1 over 9y squared. The square root of 4x squared is going to be 2x, positive and negative. Square root of 1 over 9 is 1 over 3y. Okay. The next one. What's the square root of 9? 3. 1 plus 1 minus. What's the square root of s plus t all squared? S plus t. You all agree with that? You agree with that? No, why? The brackets, yes. You're all saying yes. She asked the question early on, and I explained to her, and now she remembered. You see, you guys don't want to ask questions. Okay, why must it be a bracket? More than one term following a negative sign. So you multiply, get rid of the bracket. So that's going to give you 3 plus s plus t, 3 minus s minus t. Okay? Is dan daai enetjie daarso? 2.30, 2.30. What is the square root of x minus 2 all squared? X minus 2, x minus 2. At that point we say 1 plus 1 minus. What's the square root of x plus 4 all squared? X plus 4, x plus 4. And what must not forget? The brackets. The brackets. It's coming. Why must it come in brackets? More than one term following a negative sign. Okay. You see why homework is important? So that repetition is done. Same thing is done over and over. So you start remembering. Okay, so in class, it's easy. The teacher does it. Not so. But when you must write the numbers yourself, who? You will not know when you write your classes and your exams and those things. No? You must practice. Practice a lot. So what's x plus x? 2x. Negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2. That gets rid of the bracket, so it's x minus 2 minus x minus 4. Looking at the first bracket, what do you notice? Common factor of 2 must come out. So it's x plus 2. What can happen in the second bracket? Like terms. Cancel. So negative 2 plus, sorry? Yes? Sorry? Okay. My mistake, sorry. I'm thinking of what I got in my break for lunch. Alright. Negative 2 minus 4? Negative 6. So what happens to that? Negative 6 times 2. It's negative 12 into 2. Who got that one right? Besides me? Nobody? Myra got it right? Nice. The stock of my chocolates now is gone for Myra. No? Don't forget you get full marks for the exam.
So why did you make it?
Like if anybody will get 5 and so like
Yeah.
5 out of 7, 5 out of 10. What? Crazy.
Or if you think that's I mean 6 out of 7.
6 out of 7. It's like 80 odd percent. 6 out of 7. How do you work it out? There's a percentage. 6 divided by 7 times 100. 85.7%. No, that's not good.
90, sir.
100. 100%. Only the grade 8 of this year is getting 100%. Yeah? You didn't have an education at all. Sorry? Okay. People, what you guys understand? Right, let's do the last one now. The last year, Nikki. Last year, Nikki. Right, let's do this one together. I know you guys got this wrong, so write it down. If you didn't get the one before this, the easier one, right, then you're not going to get this one. So write this down. Right. What's the square root of t plus 3 all squared? So here goes. T plus 3, t plus 3. Then what? 1 plus 1 minus. Right. What's the square root of t minus 1 squared? Write it in, man. You finish? Huh? Okay, nice. Here are the next step already. The next step. The step that I'm busy with. This was the next step. Oh. Right, so what do we get? T minus 1, T minus 1. What mustn't we forget? Brackets. Brackets. So what do we notice here inside the brackets? Like them. Like to be unlike, yes? And we multiply the brackets then. So do your thing. So what do we get? 2t plus 2 t plus 3 minus t plus 1. What do you notice about the first bracket? Common factor of 2. So take it out. So it's 2 into t plus 1. T minus t cancel. Leaves you with 4. Now we take that 4 times this 2. 4 times 2 is 8 into t. These are how many marks?
6, 7.
Okay, hang on. So 1, 2, 3. Get rid of the bracket. For factorizing 4 and writing it 1. Okay. That's only if you want it. If you don't want it, then you do what you do. No? You don't study and all of those things. Okay. People, you're supposed to have done trinomials at this point. We have done perfect square trinomials only. As I said, we're not going to introduce trinomials as yet. But we're going to do some common brackets, okay? Common brackets, you're going to do the odd numbers now. Okay. This is from the answer series. Haal die mannetjie uit hierso. Ja dan. Nommer 8. People, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. I'm going to call you up again, huh? Why are you laughing? You happy? You're going to check your book. Huh? You happy going to check your book? Nice. Nice. Why are you laughing? You think she's lying? Odds. You odds. Where's 3.14? 4.14. I don't know, it's 4.14. That is strange. Weird. Yeah? Oh, Sika went to another page. Visit the friends. Right, do your thing. I'm going to call you up now. I'm going to pause the video as well at this point, okay? So just write down what you need. Alright. Okay, so the question was with regards to 4.5. We said that x minus 3 is not the same as 3 minus, or 3 minus x is not the same as x minus 3. So we need to swap this around. So it's going to be 4x into x minus 3 minus into x minus 3. Remember, what is x times negative 1? Negative x. What's negative 3 times negative 1? Positive. Can you see that? So when I swap it around, a negative comes out and you retain the negative inside that bracket. Can you see that? So what's now common? X minus 3. If I take it out, I'm left with 4x minus 1. Okay, again I'm going to pause the video at this point. You understand, people? Right, for homework is going to be the even numbers. Alright, so let's just run through this quickly. Please take note of what I'm doing here. Don't start the homework now. I know most of you will get the idea. So let's do this. So what is common here? in number 1? The common bracket. So it's going to be x plus 2. I'm left with a minus 3. The next one. Let's swap that around. Is it negative going to make it, is the sign going to differ? No. It's not going to differ. So, do we need to swap that around? No. So that is remains x plus 1 as a common factor, 2x minus 3. The next one I see, some of you are doing 2 steps in one. Don't do that. Show the swap here. You're going to get 4x into x minus 3 minus x minus 3. Show that step. Now x minus 3 is a common factor. If I take x minus 3 out, I'm left with 4x minus. The next one, I'll swap this around. Negative comes out. Not so. So it's x into x minus y minus y into x minus y. What is now common? X minus y. What are we left with? X minus y. But what we notice, they're the same. Not so. So therefore there's going to be x minus y. The next one. The next one is a minus, yes, that's the same. So it's going to be a minus 2b. I'm then left with 49p squared minus 1. But what do you notice here? Difference of 2 squares. So it's a minus 2b, 7p plus 1, 7p minus 1. Now, many leaves this out. You can't leave it out. It's part of the sum. That must be multiplied by that second bracket. You understand? Which is 49p squared minus 1. You will get all the marks, but it's dangerous, man. Because the learner makes a mistake all the time. So don't leave out steps. And don't come up with your own steps. Why do you think I do examples? For you to follow the procedure, or the steps I'm doing. Okay. The next one. What is common? Y plus 3. Not so. What are we left with? X squared minus. Again, what can be done there? Those are 2 squares. Y plus 3. X plus 1. Let's look at the next one. Is y minus 2 the same as 2 minus y? No. So swap around. So it's a quarter. Y squared into y minus 2 minus 4 into y minus 2. What do you notice now? So common factor of y minus 2. What am I left with? A quarter y squared minus. You could have taken a quarter out as a common factor, or 4, or in this case I've just left it like this for now. But next year definitely you will take out the 4. But for now we leave it like this. So what do we get? 1 over 2y plus and minus. Okay. Yes?
Good morning. Can I have your attention, please? I have various connections here. Melissa Pulingani, Nolotondo Moses, can you come to the office, please? Amari Makanisa, Medina Rugigana, Fatima Zansi, Isabella Darwood, and Nia Davis. Can you come to the office for connections, please? Thank you.
Okay, before you leave this, let's wrap this up. Don't forget your homework is going to be the even numbers. Okay. So, as you can see, what is common here? A plus b. What are we left with? X squared minus 4y squared. What can happen there? Difference between 2 squares. Difference of 2 squares is x plus 2y last one, that can be the difference of two squares and difference of two squares. So it's 2a into a squared plus 4, a plus 2, a minus 2, minus a squared plus 4, a squared minus 4. We note here, difference of two squares can be applied again there, not so? So it's going to be 2a into a squared plus 4, a plus 2, a minus 2, minus a squared plus 4, a plus 2, a minus 2. So what is common now? A squared plus 4 is common, not so? A plus 2, yes? A minus 2 and a minus 2, yes? So we left with 2a minus a squared. But note here what's happening here. Another common factor. Common factor of 2a. A. Common factor of a. So it's a squared plus 4, a plus 2, a minus 2. We take out a, we left with 2 minus a. People, if I had asked you this, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay. People, enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class.
Okay.